toss around this word narcissist all the time, but they have no idea what they're talking about. This movie features a real narcissist, a person who's completely self-absorbed, sees everybody else as just means to an end, and it creates this dirty, invasive vibe that just crawls under your skin. This Looky-Loo, man, this is an effective movie. And it's a great example of why found footage fans really need to pass titles around, because the rating is completely ridiculous. It's totally unfairly low for what is an incredibly effective, disturbing, fantastic horror movie. I think more people need to see this. This is a movie that shows you what happens when there's a clear vision, a clear idea of what's going on in the villain's mind. And today we're going to look into that villain's mind without flinching, as best we can. It ain't going to be easy. My name is CJ, your movie god for the Found Footage broadcast. Roll the intro, here we go. Looky-Loo 2025. This is, well, found footage movie, but it's put together in such a way that clearly the person filming it, the evil narcissist psycho stalker that's filming it, he put it together as a work of art. You're watching this because this is his output. This is all exactly the way he wants to present it. And it's about him, even though he's not on camera. There's a really telling scene right near the beginning where he's got his video editor up and he's filming his process. So he's got the camera filming the video editor, and he can't make up his mind about what to title everything. But in every title, it's clearly about him. It's not about the subject of his voyeurism. And he does make a point of putting capital A on artist. Yeah. And that informs everything that comes afterwards. So we watch him at first just sort of filming random spaces and random spots. But then one day in an alley, he notices a spot he could stand where if someone passed by, no one would see him. And so he stands there and waits until a couple walks by, and he follows them. And they go into an apartment building and he tries the door. It's locked. But this is the beginning. After this, he starts following more people. He starts looking in through windows and doing the typical, voyeuristic stalker thing. And it's disturbing all on that level. If the movie was just him crawling around people's yards and looking in through windows, that would be enough. But of course, he takes it to the next level. He starts checking for unlocked doors and checking for hide keys. And eventually he finds a hide key, makes a copy, and stakes out a house. And what he's looking for is the same thing he found in that alley. He's looking for hiding places so that he can be in there and he can watch them as they're going about their lives. And again, somehow, this isn't about the people he's watching. In his mind, clearly, as told just through the framing, this is somehow about him. And what's great about this is that the guy who's filming all this doesn't say a word. He does not say anything throughout the entire movie. And the only text we ever see him type is like that little bit I mentioned in the beginning, and that's it. So from there, you kind of have to put the pieces together of what the hell he's up to. And you get the sense he himself doesn't even know. He's trying to express himself. He's trying to express something through his voyeurism, through his stalking of these various victims. Eventually, one night, one of his victims wakes up when he didn't expect them to. There's an altercation, and he kills them. And he has no interest in the dead body. He kind of goes to leave as soon as the fight's done, and then goes, oh, I should put the blanket over them. He turns around, he puts the blanket over them in an awkward way. And the way he put the blanket on, oh my God. I know this is going to sound weird, but this was everything. He kills someone, immediately goes to leave, and then goes, wait, no, I got to put the blanket on them. He turns back around, goes right back up into their bedroom, and puts the blanket over the top half of their body with the legs dangling down because he doesn't recognize them as a person. He just feels like that's where the blanket should go. This is all his artistic expression. It's not about a person whose life just ended. And you get the sense he doesn't even feel anything about having killed someone. He doesn't necessarily go out of his way to commit murder again for a while. He goes and does other things, and it's not until a little while later that he tries it out again just to see what result he can get. But as he commits murders throughout the rest of the movie, you get the sense that he's very disinterested in the fact that this is a person who's dying, and he has no interest in the corpse. It's just about doing the execution. So he slashes one person's throat, and then, okay, so that should take care of them. And as they die, he goes and makes sure he rinses off the blade, and then gets somebody else. And as they're dying, he goes and grabs a cup of coffee until they're freaking done. It's so casual. It's so calculated and sort of dehumanizing. It's very potent. As you're watching it, you just can't help but feel very unsettled. This is so wrong. I mean, you watch murder in movies all the time. A big evil guy who kills people because he's evil. This guy is worse than evil. He's indifferent. That's narcissism, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're going to just banty about this term because someone was kind of selfish online, tone it down a bit, guys. And so he goes around collecting these moments. He goes around collecting victims. Every time he does a recording, it's like he's putting something together. And he has this mannequin at home that he puts the little trinkets that he steals from his victims on. And you get the sense that the mannequin itself is like his ideal victim. It's the perfect artistic expression, something he's reaching for that he himself doesn't quite know how to say. The ending, I have to say, is weird. It's not weird in the whole, like, that didn't make any sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense. What's weird about it is there's barely an ending. We just get to a certain point, we hear him say a line for the first time, and the movie stops. There's no conclusion. And I think we very strongly get the sense that there's no conclusion because this isn't stopping. This isn't ending. The movie ended because we're at this much runtime, and he decided, okay, I think I've communicated what I needed to with this. I'm going to send this movie out to the world. But he's still out there. He's still gathering victims. And that's why Looky-Loo 2 is coming out at some point this year. It already aired at the Unnamed Footage Festival. I won't really refer too much to those reviews or to anything from the festival because what's the point? I'm not going to review something you can't watch. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait. But when it comes out, you can be sure that I'll do the follow-up. But I don't think it's at all a spoiler that there's a sequel, because this movie is really just about the unsettling nature of someone incapable of understanding the value of another person without a bad guy speech, without trying to look intimidating, without even appearing on camera. As much as possible, he stays off camera. It's just this simple, everyone is a pawn in my game. Everyone is a prop in my creation. That's why Looky-Loo is chilling as hell. So I think it's time to address the big question, the main question, the only question that matters. Should you watch it? I mean, if you're really into the mind of a psychopath and you want to experience the grimy horror of it, this is for you. This is fantastic found footage movie on that level. It's so effective. It's so disturbing. And yeah, you're going to love it if you're a horror fan. This is kind of beautiful in how awful it is. And I really admire how perfect it was. I mean, there are just no flaws in it. It just does what it does and gets in and gets out with this slow, methodical march through Psychopath's artistic process. But If you have concern over gendered violence, I mean, it's mostly women getting killed here and being stalked, and that's going to trigger a lot of you. And I mean, I get that. So, I mean, avoid it. If that's a triggering item for you, you know, take care of yourself here. And also, admittedly, it's slow at first. It slowly warms up, but you know, it's a little slow. So some people will struggle with it. I know I genuinely did. I had a hard time with the first half hour or so, just because I have attention problems. It's a thing with me. And so, you know, a lot of younger people these days, I'm not a younger person. My God, check out these wrinkles. Nope. But still, a lot of younger people have attention problems these days too. And this might be a struggle for you. Respect. I understand. Grab a video game and play it while you're watching it for the first little bit, and then shut your game off at about halfway through. You're going to love it. And I think lastly, if you want everything wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end, you're going to be disappointed. This doesn't do that because it's not supposed to do that. This isn't that kind of movie. But if that annoys you, this is going to annoy you. So heads up there. Oh, and last, if you need your evil protagonist to have a crazy Halloween mask and be a ghost hacker of some kind or something, that's not this. This is very grounded. Ski mask. Done. Sorry. He doesn't even have a name. Could you call him Looky-Loo? Maybe. Anyway, that's it. If you enjoyed this review, this channel is full of found footage movie reviews. So join the Cult of the Movie God and subscribe right now. You're going to love it. We've got a lot more coming. I'm going to dive into the classics in the next while, as well as hit those little indies here and there that you might have missed. Thank you for watching, guys. You're incredible. I'm so glad that this channel is growing, and your support is all I need to keep moving. So, see you all next time. Bye-bye, you psychos.